Welcome back, everyone. I'm Dr. L, and this is True Purpose Health. So last time we talked about the very first step in terms of getting you on your journey and improving your health and changing your life in a positive way. And that was deciding what it is that you actually want. So today, we're going to talk about the very first step that you're going to take in order to start to implement towards getting what you want. And that very first step is your identity. Now, identity is the way that you kind of identify yourself. It's the way that you look at yourself, the way you describe yourself, the way that you communicate who you are, and the things that you do, the things that you like. Now, let's use an example here. Let's say you're overweight and you want to lose, let's say 30 to 40 pounds. Just making up a number here. Now, you might currently identify as someone who's overweight. You might identify as someone who maybe doesn't look good in their clothes. You might identify as someone who doesn't have a high energy level. So, unfortunately, what's going to happen is as you continue to identify as that type of person, you're going to continue to be that type of person moving forward because you're going to make choices and you're going to perform activities that are in line with that identity. Well, I'm an overweight person, so I'm going to sit down and watch TV on the couch, or I'm going to eat a bag of chips, or I'm not going to exercise. I can do that tomorrow, right? Those are the types of things that most people who identify as being overweight, well, I'm big boned, I'm husky, all that kind of stuff. So now, let's say you want to lose that weight. You want to lose 30 to 40 pounds. So now you have to start to make a shift. And you have to start to act like the person that you will become when you're 30 to 40 pounds lighter. Now, if you're 30 to 40 pounds lighter, odds are you're going to be more active. Odds are you're going to eat a little healthier. Odds are you're going to make different decisions. You're going to do different activities. So let's say, for example, you want to start exercising and you currently don't. Well, you have to kind of tell yourself, okay, I'm a person that works out. So time for me to go work out. And let me give you a perfect example on how powerful identity is. Now, when I went to graduate school, I had a friend of mine who would wake up every morning, 6 a.m., and he would go out for a run. No matter what was going on, if it was snowing, if it was raining, if it was a beautiful day, if it was dark still, if he felt great, if he felt crummy, if he was tired, if he was energetic, it didn't matter. He would still lace up his shoes and he would go out for a run. So one day, I kind of decided to ask him because it was pretty admiring. It was definitely impressive. I admired him for this feat. And so I asked him, I said, hey, I'm just curious, like, why do you go run every morning? I mean, is it because, it helps you lose weight? It helps you stay thin and fit? Does it give you more energy? I'm just kind of curious, like, because you're so consistent. You do it every day no matter what. And he looked at me and he was kind of confused. And he's like, well, I mean, yeah, all those benefits are nice, but I mean, I'm a runner. That's what I do. I go out and I run. And so that made me think a little bit. And I was like, wow, that was my very first introduction to how powerful your identity is. And so now we can definitely take that and use that to our advantage. Because as we start to shape our identity, we start to shape the way that we think about ourselves and the way that we view ourselves, we can use that to our advantage to help create all the things that we want. So back to our example of losing weight. Well, if you currently are 30 to 40 pounds overweight and you sit on the couch, you watch Netflix, you eat potato chips, and you don't work out, well, that's, like I said, going to lead to more of the same. So if we want to make a shift or a switch, what we need to do is we need to shift first our identity, right? The way that we view ourselves in our mind. And so if you start to say, okay, I'm a healthy person. Well, what does a healthy person do? A healthy person exercises, a healthy person eats well, a healthy person has a lot of energy, all those things, right? So we start to take actions in accordance with that identity. So Now I implore you to really take a step back and to really think about, okay, we focused on what we wanted or what we wanted to avoid. Now we want to make sure that we incorporate that within our identity so that that will in turn make sure that we take the steps that we need to take. Because usually getting started is the most difficult part, right? You can go to the gym once, maybe, but if you've never been before, it could be scary, it could be intimidating. You might just want to do it at home. But if you do it at home, you could be distracted by a lot of other things. So if we start to incorporate the identity, that's that first fundamental step that's going to help us on our path to creating the changes that we want to make. And quite frankly, it's really the only true way to be consistent on a daily basis, because once you start to act in accordance to that identity, you're going to continue to act in accordance with that identity. Once you exercise once, you're going to exercise again, and it's going to lead to just more workouts. Once you start to eat healthy, it's going to lead to more eating healthy. So here's an example in terms of eating. A lot of times people say, oh, I shouldn't eat that. Whatever it is, let's say it's a candy bar. Oh, I shouldn't eat that. Well, if you say that you shouldn't eat that, you're implying that you normally do, or that there's a possibility that you can. But if we make, again, a small shift, a small twist to that verbiage, you can say something like, oh, I don't eat that, right? I don't eat candy bars. Yeah, that's not something that I eat, right? Like some people say, I don't eat gluten, I don't eat dairy, that sort of thing, or I don't smoke cigarettes. It's not that I shouldn't. You've made a full switch and you say, that's not something that I do. That's not part of my identity. So that's a great way in order to kind of, cut it off and make a decision and move forward into the direction that you want to go. So incredibly powerful tool that will help you make drastic changes, will help you make powerful improvements, and will help you get started on that path towards improving your health and improving your life. Now, hopefully this brought some value to you today. I don't know if this was maybe something new for you. If it was, great. If it was something that we revisited for you, then fantastic. But I'm curious about your identity. So do me a favor, in the comments below, let me know, share with us what direction you're trying to go. What identity are you trying to create within you? What is your hope? What is your dream? What is your goal and destination? So do me a favor, share that in the comments below, and don't forget to like our video, subscribe to our channel so you can stay updated with all our new videos, and we're going to keep helping you moving forward. Okay? But until then, I will see you next time. Bye.